Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And hello, beautiful souls. It's your show host, Regina Huber from Transform Your Performance with the same website, transformyourperformance.com. And this week, I am welcoming you from Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. If we met before today, you probably already know that I'm a passionate nomad with a business based in New York City and always up for traveling. So expect to see me in different locations with different backgrounds as we move along in this journey together and in this show together. And in fact, in the past 3 weeks, I've been now in 7 states. So it's exciting. My eclectic life and experience on 5 continents has allowed me to become a multicultural and multilingual transformational leadership coach, inspirational speaker, and author. And because I have seen such amazing, sparkling brilliance in women all over the world, I have made it my mission for this show and for all its episodes to inspire you to ignite a fire wherever your path leads you, whether you move around a lot like me or not, and really to move up that light dimmer control and shine your brightest light so you can increase your income, your influence, and your impact, which then will lead to a more fulfilled life. So again, welcome to your show. What's your spark? What's your spark is about how you can show up more powerfully in business and in leadership and sparkle your unique leader brilliance out to the world. Beam like a dazzling star with it and shine with such a bright spark that people have to put on their sunglasses when they look at you. And as always, when I say in leadership, I of course mean leadership in any capacity, in any role you might have. You don't always also need a leadership position to be a leader. Leadership doesn't come with a position. It's actually an attitude. And we lead by example even more than by words, right? And it always starts with self. And as leaders, we are supposed to have a vision. We want to be visionary leaders after all, right? And we need to know where we want to go with our leadership. And we talked about that in our past, in our episode, the last one before this one. And today we're going to go a little bit deeper with that and find an application for it and how to practice it. But before we dive in, I want to remind you to get out a notepad or your journal, which would be even better if you have a dedicated journal. And I want you to take a lot of notes, except when we do an exercise together. That's when you focus fully on that exercise. But also, take notes as we move along in all these episodes, because as we all know from past events and shows, shows can be inspiring, but it's so easy to fall back into our previous routine once we get off the show. And I really want you to increase your success every single week with what you learn here and what I hope to inspire you to. And for that to happen, you need to go back to your notes and really do something with what you have learned. And so that you can really take a step or two in the right direction and on your path to greater success. And that's why I have created this show for you in the first place. We all can step it up. So whatever your next level of success is that you want to reach, there's always a next higher level for each of us, right, wherever we are. So take that next step for that. So last week, I explained to you how to write an effective vision. And if you missed that show, go back and watch the recording. And if you saw it, then I hope you've worked on your vision since then. Maybe you wrote a brand new vision, or maybe you updated your existing vision, maybe you made it bigger. Maybe adapted it to who you have grown to be right now. Yes. A vision is a great one when it scares and excites us a little bit at the same time, or much at the same time. That's when you know that it's big enough, because I really want to encourage you to never play smaller than you really are. If you were on that last episode, you will also remember that we did an exercise toward the end of the show that demonstrated the power of visualization. It really proved that by visualizing, we can bring about change in as little as a few minutes. Yeah, and I had if you remember that, I had you turn your head to one side, to the right side, and see how far you could go and what you would see with your right eye. And then we visualized turning our heads all the way around with our eyes closed. We visualized that. And we visualized that we could just turn it in a 360-degree circle, right? We did that with our eyes closed. Then I asked you to again turn your head as far as you could to the right side. And many of you, if not all, could turn further than the first time around. So you created change through visualization in as little as a minute or two. That's the power of visualization. Yeah, visualization is such a powerful tool. It's a tool that Olympic athletes have used for decades to win their gold medals. All successful athletes train both physically and mentally. Any basketball fans on today? Because I have a great example from basketball. There was an experiment with basketball players at the University of Chicago, might have heard of it, where they divided the players into 3 groups. One group trained physically only, as always, as usual, we should say. One trained mentally only, meaning they visualized their training, but they did not train physically, and one did nothing. The first group improved by 24%, the second by 23%, and the third stayed the same, unsurprisingly. But the first 2 groups, the group that trained either physically and one that trained only physically, and the one that trained only mentally, they improved about the same way, to the same extent. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, I think that is really amazing. And of course, I studied a lot of mindset through my holistic studies, so it's no surprise to me. But when we hear this for the first time, it might be a little bit surprising. So visualization, what it does is it closes the gap between what we have and what we want. Yeah, between where we are and where we want to be. Everything starts in our mind, whether it's a wheel that somebody invented or an airplane, or whether it's a major business vision or career vision, like yours. A team of Harvard researchers conducted a study with piano players. This is another example where they had where they took volunteers who had never played the piano. They split these volunteers into 2 groups. One half of these volunteers practiced a piano exercise over 5 days at a physical piano, at a real piano. The other half only imagined sitting at the piano and practicing the same exercise. And guess what? They did brain scans on all participants, and both groups created a large number of new neural pathways, whether they practiced with real finger movements on a real piano or whether they just imagined them. And in the same parts of their brains as well. So they created these pathways, those neural connections in the same parts of their brains. This means whether you practice or rehearse mentally or physically, you may just get the same result. And I'm sure a lot of highly successful musicians do both, just like athletes. Yes, experiment with it yourself. I'd really invite you to do that. Use something that you would like to get better at, whether it's physical flexibility or playing an instrument or whatever it is. I also talk about this in my book, Speak Up, Stand Out, and Shine, where I give you another exercise on how to use this for challenging situations, such as speaking in public. Yes, it is on Amazon, Speak Up, Stand Out, and Shine. And we can use the same technique for healing, of course, yes, because we can also change physiology through visualization. I know this from my holistic healing studies. Yes. Okay, then. So why is visualization so tremendously powerful? We already said that it creates a gap between where we are and where we want to be. This motivates our subconscious mind to watch out for opportunities that help us get closer to our goal and that we might not have otherwise seen at all, because our filters have been changed. Our subconscious filters have been changed. We get bombarded with so much information, so many bits of information every single day that if we absorbed everything, that would be tremendously overwhelming. We wouldn't be able to deal with it. So our subconscious filters out information. And of course, also visualization inspires our mind's creativity. And last but not least, positive visualization raises our vibration so that we attract the people and the resources that are necessary to attain our goals and to live our vision. Now, I wanted to give you a great visualization exercise today, if you're up for that. I hope you are. So to start out, I'm going to guide you through this, okay? Start out, sit in a relaxed position with your feet firmly planted on the floor. And if you sit on the floor already, maybe sit cross-legged, whatever feels comfortable, something that feels stable and comfy. And now close your eyes and take a couple of deep belly breaths. Inhale all the way to your belly. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. And now I will count from 1 to 10. And we'll go into a state of deep relaxation, which further helps this visualization process and makes it more effective. 1, soften your eyes, relax your jaws, relax all your face muscles. 2, relax your neck and shoulders. 3, relax your arms, hands, and fingers. 4, relax your chest. 5, relax your upper back, lower back, and sacrum. 6, relax your stomach and belly. 7, relax your legs, knees, and feet. 8, feeling your feet connected to the floor, enjoying the feeling of being grounded. And 9, relax your entire body. 10, feeling completely relaxed now. And imagine a door. This may be the actual door that leads you to your vision that you already had in mind, or to some physical location, or it might be an imaginary door. What does that door look like? What is it made of? Is it made of wood, of metal? Is it a two-winged door, a revolving door, a sliding door? Does it have a handle or a knob? Go ahead and open it. Push it open. And as you're walking through this door now, you're stepping right inside your vision. Where are you? What are you doing? Even if you didn't write your vision yet, which I hope you did, but just imagine what you really want your life and your career to look like. What are you doing? What's your role? And who do you work with? Do you have a team? What does it look like? Who are the people on your team? Do you have any business partners or colleagues that you closely collaborate with? What content are you working on? Really live in the situation now. Make it real. What does it look like, taste like, smell like, sound like? And most importantly, what does it feel like to live your spark in your vision? Really make it your mind movie, and you're in the midst of it. You are the shining star of your movie. See yourself sparkle. You are that protagonist, and cherish this moment for just a few more seconds. All right now. So now slowly come back and open your eyes. Now it's really important that you do this often. Immerse yourself in your vision, into the feelings it creates when you're in dreamland, in fantasy land. And do it often, do it at least daily. Maybe record your vision on your phone so that you can listen to it and do this visualization exercise while you're listening to your own voice on the phone. Repetition is a way to acquainting yourself with the idea, of familiarizing yourself with the idea that it is possible, and of reprogramming your subconscious mind. And over time, it will sink into your subconscious and imprint itself firmly on it. Yes. Again, so do this often. I also want to quickly talk about your why. And I've certainly heard other people talk about your why, so I'll keep this short. It's important to remind ourselves that once we have our vision, or once you're creating, once you're updating it, you also want to reflect on why you want to implement this vision. What's the why behind the what being the vision? It could be to have a certain lifestyle, for example. Maybe you want a certain lifestyle, or maybe you want to inspire your children with your life through your success, through your impact. Yeah. Or you may just want to make an impact of sorts, right? But don't just say, I want to make an impact, or I want to make the world a better place. That's far too general. That's not a real why. It doesn't do much for you. So you could have, for example, both an impact why and a personal why. My personal why, for example, is for my business is to travel freely. It helps me be independent from a location. Yes, I want to have a certain lifestyle that's defined by freedom. And I know exactly what that lifestyle looks like, because it's an integral component of my vision, and even I would say of who I am. And my impact why, on the other hand, is that I want to support and guide women to step into their full power and to step deeper into their potential so they can increase their income, influence, and impact. What is your why? What gets you out of bed even when you're tired or you don't feel like getting up? What makes you to do a task you would rather not do because it's a part of that vision? What makes you move out of procrastination? What's that why? Yeah. So really get clear on it and write it down. Okay, and here's another question I have for you today. How does your self-image fit with your vision? Does it match your vision? Do these two things match up? Important, right? Malcolm Mills said, self-image sets the boundaries of individual accomplishment. I'm going to say this again, okay? Self-image sets the boundaries of individual accomplishment. Maltz was an American cosmetic surgeon and author of the book Psycho-Cybernetics. He studied how cosmetic surgery impacted people's self-image, which in some cases changed after the surgery, and in others didn't, interestingly. Yeah. So your results and how you feel are really a reflection of your self-image, and that comes mostly from within. Yes, as inside, so outside. And if you don't like your results, then it's a good idea to look at your self-image and possibly change it, improve it, because you have so much value inside of yourself. And your self-image determines, or we could say, it is composed of your self-esteem, the esteem you hold for yourself. Yes, it's also composed of your self-belief, what you believe yourself capable of, and your self-worth, what you believe your worth is, your intrinsic worth is. All three are, of course, closely intertwined. And all three are not just conscious concepts. Most importantly and prevailingly, they are subconscious concepts. Yeah. So let's have a closer look at them. Your self-esteem. That was my first one in the list, right? Your self-esteem. Where does it come from? What is it based on? Ask yourself these questions, right? There are many components that play into your self-esteem, like your previous experiences, whether you feel like you have let yourself down, whether you have disappointed yourself, or whether we think we haven't done our best. Yeah, maybe we have made mistakes. So our self-esteem is determined by what we have achieved, or rather what we feel we have achieved or not achieved, and how this is somehow our fault, right? Because I know that you all have achieved much more than you can remember, much more than you attribute to yourself. Your self-esteem has also been impacted by other people, how they have treated you, how were you treated as a child? Yeah. Were your views accepted as a child? Or were you belittled? Were your talents respected? Or were they dismissed? There are many, many beliefs, both empowering and disempowering beliefs, that flow into the quality of our self-esteem. They influence the level of self-esteem we have. So reflect on this for a moment. Is your self-esteem rather high or rather low, or in between? And what can you do to level it up a bit? And now let's move to self-belief, number 2. It's very closely related to your self-esteem, of course. In fact, we could say your self-esteem almost depends on your self-belief. Your self-belief is what you believe about yourself, what you believe you can create and achieve, what you see as your potential. Yes. And then number 3 is self-worth. Your self-worth plays into how you treat yourself, how you expect others to treat you, how you respect yourself. Yeah, the worth you see in your competencies, your capabilities, in you as an individual. Do you respect yourself enough? Oftentimes we complain about others not respecting ourselves, but do we respect ourselves? Yeah. Do you honor yourself enough? Honor your needs, honor your body, your feelings, your passions. See, it's important to be good to yourself. Yeah, stop beating yourself up. Respect yourself, honor yourself. The more you honor and respect yourself, the more others will honor and respect you as well. And honor your talents, your abilities, by giving expressions to them. That's why we talk so much about your distinctive uniqueness, remember, in other episodes, and I will talk about it again, and about your special spark on all of these episodes of this show. So you embrace this spark fully, and in this way upgrade your self-image. Make those lists of your talents, your skills, your strengths, then make a list of your accomplishments, your achievements so far. You've achieved so much more than you thought you could, overcome so many challenges. And that means you can do even much, much more because you've acquired all this experience and expertise through those past experiences, through those challenges, through those lessons. Yeah. Now you know much more than ever before. Isn't that amazing? What else can you accomplish? That's what goes into your vision, your ideal accomplishments for your future. Yeah. So how about this? Take a moment to give yourself a hug, a loving hug. Feels so good, right? Take a moment to love yourself every day, every day. Start the day with it. Yeah. And if you'd like some support with all of this, and if you'd like to get a one-on-one session with me, you can get that today at a super amazing belated Black Friday special rate. And this is also still valid if you see the recording of this. Yes, I'm literally throwing this $600 value out to you today for only $237, an entire session. This is a one-time only offer though per person. We can arrange a mutually beneficial time for us to connect in a private Zoom setting where you will have the choice to either work on one or two current challenges, as much as we can cover in one session, or you could choose to specifically work on upgrading your self-image or on rewriting and redefining your vision. That's up to you. It's your choice. Yeah. Either of these options will help you achieve greater alignment with your vision, and it will help you show up more powerfully and confidently for the goals in your vision. It's the greatest way to stand up for yourself and tell the universe, I'm ready. Bring on the good stuff. You'll be surprised how quickly things start shifting once you've made a committed decision to stand up for yourself, to invest in yourself, and even if it's just for a single session at a fraction of the regular rate. Yeah, powerful transformation is ahead for you, and I'm here for you, and I've got your back. So if you want this, just go to transformyourperformance.com/vision. I'm going to repeat this again, transformyourperformance.com/vision. Yeah. One lady signed up for such a session actually during one of the previous episodes. And here's what she wrote to me. I'm just going to pull this up real quickly. Thank you, Regina, for our amazing session together. You totally get me, and you picked up so many blocks that I was unable to see at the time. Not only that, you also gave me some amazing tools that I have put into practice right away. Since our session, I've made the progress I'd usually make in 3 months. Wow, so grateful. Definitely will be back shortly for more work with you. And in the meantime, she's already signed up actually for more, but you know, even with one session, we can achieve a lot. So if you want this, grab it. transformyourperformance.com/vision. And I'll see you next Wednesday, same time, same place, when we will be taking a deep dive into mindset, how it works and how to develop a self-empowering mindset. And in the meantime, don't let anyone dim your light. Promise me, okay? Keep shining, sparkle away like a precious pearl, because as always, remember, the world is your oyster.